Well, hello people. Today's Mother's Day, and I wanted to make this video um, because I think a lot of people out there are getting brainwashed. So, me and my wife, we make about $100,000 a year together. We're debt free besides our home. We have 2 cars. We have around right now about 30 G's, 34 G's in the bank in our savings account, our emergency fund. And one of the things that I think is really funny, like, first thing I want to talk about is student debt. And I'm a Generation X guy. I was born in 1974. And one of the things that I think is funny about our society and about how everything has become political, like, I was always taught when I was growing up that, your dad was a bricklayer, my dad was an electrician, and your parents, at least what I was always taught, is they want you to be better than what they are. And so my dad was an electrician, so I went to school and I became a nurse. And my family was proud of me becoming a nurse. And yes, I had student debt, but I worked hard and paid things off. And I think it's strange in our society where people are now against higher education. And then the thing that I think is really strange is how people, when Biden was talking about forgiving debt, and people turned this into like a class warfare thing. I kept seeing people on the news and stuff saying, oh, well, this is just, helping out rich people that went to college. Rich people that went to college? I'm just a middle class dude. I don't have the student debt that a lot of people do. I've been out of school for a long time. I'm 49 years old now. But I don't understand in our society. I feel like people are being brainwashed. Like, education is a good thing. Learning new skills is a good thing. I don't understand why it's bad, like why it's become bad for, people to go to college. Like, it used to be like you would see these movies of, the father working in the factory or working in the coal mine, and he just wanted better for his sons. And it would be this struggle. But by the end of the movie, they would get the scholarship or something to go to college, and everybody would be happy. It'd be a happy ending. And I just don't understand that. Like, why people are so against education now. And people instead of saying that education is a good thing, they knock you by saying indoctrination. And do I think it's good that colleges, I think colleges are charging too much, but I do think education is important. And one of the other things, especially in our society, that I think is really sick now is all I see is, get a side gig, drive for Uber, drive for DoorDash. This is another thing that you're being brainwashed about. Don't you think it's sad? Like, when the boomers were growing up, they only had to work one job. And now it's become like a badge of honor. I see it all the time where people are like, yeah, I work 100 hours a week, or I work 3 jobs. And people are being brainwashed to believe that that's like an honorable thing. That's horrible. That you have to spend more time at work away from your family just in order to survive. The next thing that I wanted to bring up was this trend now of living in little houses, living in tiny houses. And then again, you're being brainwashed to think that this is cool. It's funny, like when I bought my house that I live in, my house is not a mansion, but I have a pool, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, fireplace, 2-car garage. I paid like $200,000 for my house. And now I see these tiny homes. Like, there's a village of tiny homes here in San Antonio where I live, not even a mile from my house. I actually made a little video about it. You can see it on my channel if you scroll through my videos. And these houses are anywhere between 5 to like 700 square feet. And they're selling those places for almost as much as I paid for my normal house with a pool. And I've got 1,800 square feet. And they're selling 500 square feet for almost as much as I paid for my house. Do you see how you're being brainwashed? And then the other thing is this car, Car prices, $70,000 for a truck. I had an F-150 that I bought when I was in my 20s. And you know how much it was? It was $24,000. I bought brand new F-150 Sport. Like, now they're paying $70,000. Like, I see people cruising around in $80,000 SUVs, and it's just one person in the car. Like, do you understand that you're going to be in debt? Cars debt makes you poor forever. Americans are poor because they choose to be poor, because they just go, well, it's okay. It's okay to spend $80,000 for a truck. It's okay to live in a 500 square foot house. It's okay to have 4 jobs and work 100 hours a week. It's not okay. You're being brainwashed. You're spending money on stuff that you shouldn't. If everybody would just get together, we have the power together as a group, but they always want to keep us separated. This is where racism and religion and all of these things come into play, because if we all were able to get together as a group, they know we would be more powerful than them. But they want to keep us divided, so they throw racism. And I live here in Texas, and everybody was going so crazy about this Title 42. I'm telling you, I'm in Texas. There's a couple little places on the border, but everything's fine here. It's not the end of the world. It wasn't some big, huge zombie horde of people coming across the border. That was all fear tactics. But it's all about brainwashing and to keep us against one another, so we don't really see who's screwing us over. You've been taught your whole life that capitalism is the number one economy and anything else is crap. But think about capitalism. Just use your brain. God gave you a brain. Think about this for just a minute. How does capitalism work? In order for capitalism to work, people need to keep spending. But it's getting to a point that people can't afford to spend anymore, with interest rates going up, with houses going up. Just wait until student loans start kicking back in. People can't afford rents and grocery now. Wait till they got to spend an extra $400 or $500 a month on student loans. Do you not see how they're brainwashing us and controlling us and using racism and religion and even patriotism? It used to be if you were a patriot, that was a good thing. Now it's like everybody against everybody, and they use all these buzzwords. They're a pedophile to talk bad about their enemies. It's just a way to keep us all divided, and why they screw us. And I think it's sad that people buy into their lies. It's like they use indoctrination to talk about education so people will be against college, because they don't want you to go to college. They all went to college. If you look at everybody on the news, whether it's MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, they all went to Yale and Harvard and got advanced degrees, but they don't want you to get it. All of your politicians, they all got advanced degrees, but they don't want you to get it. They all live in nice houses and drive nice cars, but they don't want you to have it. They want you to live in a 500 square foot house and pay $50,000, $60,000 for just a stupid car with 4 freaking wheels. It's all a trick. And like, one of the biggest tricks is this thing where they're starting now with cars where you have to get subscription services to have heated seats, or what are they going to do? Subscription services for air conditioning, for headlights, for the horn to work, for turn signals to work, for the radio to work. And Americans just keep accepting it. We're just accepting it. Say no. Quit buying these expensive cars. Do not buy. Don't fall for this love affair or this romanticism of little houses. Tiny houses are not cool. You want to live in a freaking closet? No. Why would you accept that for yourself? Say, no, I'm not going to do it. Don't say I'm not going to have 5 jobs. It's stupid. You're being brainwashed. It's the same people that are against, this great replacement theory and all this stuff. are the ones that are going out and buying these little houses and buying this crap. You're falling right into their freaking plan. It's like it's okay for the rich to pollute the world like crazy, but not you. You got to live in a tiny house. I live in a 20,000 square foot mansion. You got to live in a tiny house. You know, you got to have 5 jobs while I get paid, $2 million for sitting in my office doing nothing, playing freaking Minesweeper or something. And Americans just buy into it, and then they keep us focused on, racism, cops killing black people, people choking each other in the subway, homelessness. They keep us focused on other things, Christian nationalism, books, gay books, trans crap. That's all a distraction to keep us from paying attention to them who are screwing us. And it's sad. It really is sad, But you've been brainwashed. You've fallen for all their bullshit. People talk about how they're awake. You're not awake. There is no awake. That movie, The Matrix, that was really the red pill, blue pill, all that stuff. That's just a movie. That's not reality. There is no woke. All woke is, this is all woke is. I'll explain to you woke right now. Woke is looking around and going, wow, some people are really marginalized and get treated bad. They shouldn't get treated bad just because of their lifestyle or what they believe in. Boom, that's the end. That's all woke is. Woke is just having empathy for your fellow man. That's all it is. But, we've been taught that it's a bad thing. In America, we're all taught about freedom. So I don't understand. When plastic surgery first came out, these women are getting, big blown up boobs and big blown up lips, and they look like aliens. And nobody said nothing about that. Or these men getting fake pecs put in and liposuction. Nobody said anything about that. But then everybody gets mad about the trans. So what is the trans thing? All it is just more advanced plastic surgery. We've had plastic surgery for 30, 40, 50 years, and it's just getting to that point. They have plastic surgery now, they can make you taller. I don't understand why everybody gets so mad about the trans when they don't mind if their wife has big boobs or big blown up lips or whatever. Do you know when you're getting, those shots in your skin, that's botulism? You're getting poison put into your skin. Do you think it's healthy? We've shown that people have had breast implants. Breast implants used to cause cancer, and people are now saying, oh, it's the kids. It's not. It's just an excuse because it's something you don't like. And since kids, everybody looks at kids as being totally, need to be protected, of course, and innocent. And they just use that to go against other people, because nobody wants kids getting hurt. So, then they say, well, the kid can't transition, which I'm behind that. I don't think a kid should transition. But if adult wants to transition, go right ahead. Do whatever you want. It's just advanced plastic surgery. That's all the way I look at it. It's just plastic surgery keeps advancing. Someday they may be able to change your total skin color and change everything about you. But, your eye color, who knows what? The length of your freaking whatever. They can do all kinds of stuff. Who knows what they'll be able to do in 30 or 40 years. But just quit being brainwashed and quit believing the lie that you're woke or that you're awake. You took the red pill. There is no red pill. There is no awake. It's just you think you know stuff. I have this friend at work who's a big time Q person, and he's been telling me that I'm going to die from getting the vaccine for going on 4 years now. I'm like, dude, when am I supposed to die and get cancer? My whole family got this vaccine. We're all fine. You're not woke. You're stupid. You're not awake. You didn't take the red pill. You took one of those hot tamale little candies that you thought was the red pill. But that's the thing. Quit being brainwashed. Quit believing that college and getting educated is a bad thing. Quit believing that it's cool to work 5 jobs. Quit believing that you should buy a car for $50,000 and then once you buy this car, they can sell you all these subscriptions. Quit believing that, living in a 500 square foot house, a tiny home is romantic. It's not. So, and the main thing, quit thinking that your neighbor is your enemy when the real enemy are the rich and the freaking powerful. If you don't ever understand that, as awake as you think you are, you're not. You are being brainwashed by master manipulators.